Kind of woke up groggy this morning. Or, not this morning. Oh well. Time to do another library sequence. And hopefully get it over with shortly. This time it's Space Gadget Zone Normal after Math Matrix Zone Normal. Which means no sub 50. Oh well. Okay, well... Aw, man. Maybe I could have skipped the Sonic, thing. Rip. I need to alt-tab for a bit. Alright, there we go. Based character, based video game. Thanks, Eggy. Haven't seen you in a while. I know I haven't speedran Crash Bash in ages. So I know my path has drifted, kinda, from doing that. Yes, this is based. Well, Crash Bash is one of my favorite Crash games. It is probably for the best that I not speedrun stuff. I've been having more trouble with Spyro 3 100 Egg than I would ever want to admit. I find Spyro 3 worse to speedrun than Crash Bash by a country mile. I tried to because several of my friends like 100 Egg for some reason. But then I got chest pain a couple days ago while doing 100 Egg, and it was just too much. So I'm doing this instead. It's not the first time I had chest pain while streaming either. Ooh, Tag Team Racing. I hear that game's good to speedrun. Okay, nice proxy. I really ought to switch to doing casual playthroughs again. I've been meaning to do a Naruto and Pikachu run to get all the car keys, but casually. It would be if Below the Briny didn't exist. Oh, is that a mandatory level? Sheesh. And whenever you get something like 40 Orb or 100 Egg, I know that you can pick and choose which minigames to make those categories less torturous, but I don't know if it's the same principle with Crash Tag Team. Or if you just have to do all the levels like in a Crash game. Well, standard Crash game, I mean. Yeah, RNG hell right in the middle of the run. Oh. Yeah, like, every boss in Spyro 3, like Bluto, in most people's 100 egg runs. I mean, it may as well be RNG hell. I'm waiting for Yoga to yell at me for saying that again. But yeah, RNG hell in the middle of the run is always ouch. Scorch's Pit is absolutely screwed, yeah, but my runs have a hard time making it to Scorch's Pit in the first place. Which is the sad part. Is that I can't even experience the worst of the RNG hell in Spyro 3 most of the time because I end up getting stuck in Sunrise Spring. Because oops, no Boar proxy. Or oops, I crashed the game in a fairly sensible minigame otherwise and have to remove that minigame from my 100 egg route because I was asked to for my own sanity. Can I twirl Shadow in midair? Not with this one, I guess. There's a few other instances in this zone and Prison Island zone where it's like that. I'm just storing some blue energy for chaos control. It becomes handy with gold ring categories, I guess. I was gonna say missions. Because you have to do 6 missions per library sequence. And occasionally a boss fight. Before the 6th zone is done. So below the briny must be your guys' equivalent of Bluto or Scorch's Pit then. Meanwhile, I 5-head my routes by not doing Bluto. Still gotta do Scorch though. Sag. But yeah, at minimum I have to do Spike's Arena and Beach Ball? I mean, Beach Ball is kinda skill-oriented, but I can see where there's elements of numbers. I guess if the PS1 limitations didn't bastardize the ballistics levels, because that's mostly what it is just, okay, the ballistics levels have, each ball has certain angles, but some of the angles are really jank, and they were not designed to go as fast as what is probable in Beach Ball. Or at least that's my understanding of Beach Ball as a level. I'm not that big a fan of it, personally. My favorite of the ballistics levels will probably always be Skyballs. Oh yeah, I forgot. Beach Ball's the slowest because of the fact. So the balls start moving. Yeah, no, it happens to Elite. I'm guessing it happens to him enough times that it's noticeable. So, below the briny is even worse than Scorch's, Pit, and Beach Ball put together then. You know, I always thought, and this is just me, but I always thought there was no such thing as a bad Crash game, and that even the worst of the lot, which is Crash Purple, Ripto's Rampage, and Crash Boom Bang were still decent titles. I've never actually played Tag Team Racing. Meant to, though. I mean, for high-level players, yes, but in most circumstances, a green rocket isn't gonna hurt. Because a lot of runs in 100 Egg are still bad. I mean, just even the fact that Crash Purple is still a handheld Crash game. And those are fairly basic. So it's kinda hard to say it's bad when the bar is set low for being a Game Boy game. With Spyro Orange, it's a different story entirely, which is why it's the worst Spyro game. By a good amount. Then the next worst game is ETD, but that's just because it's so broken. It wasn't Spyro Orange, we can all say that, yeah. No, Spyro got the short end of the stick with those two games. That's also why I'm fairly patient with Shadow the Hedgehog, is that even in terms of Sonic games, if we want to be really harsh, it's mid-tier at worst. And that's only because people have their nostalgia goggles on for Sonic CD, whereas I'm going, dude, I never owned a Sega CD as a kid. Sonic CD is a pain in the ass. And it absolutely is. But even outside of Sonic CD and Sonic Labyrinth, there are definitely classic Sonic games that were not good. Because Sonic Labyrinth was a thing. Most of the Game Gear games kind of aged poorly. I liked the Game Gear version of Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, though. That was pretty dope. Then... I'm patient with a lot of franchises because the standard for bad games is always going to be brought lower. I'm not expecting every game to be Cyberpunk whatever numbers. The Game Gear version has a bit more longevity because it has a separate mode outside of the story mode that is playable. And it's... I forget how far it goes. But it can go pretty far, so it has more replay value. But that's because there's a separate thing. I think it's a guide on how to use Robotnik's machinery or something, and it teaches you the basics of Mean Bean Machine. I don't know if it's a full-on tutorial. Oh yeah, Prison Island Zone. So yeah, the discs mission is pretty good. Yeah, Prison Island Zone. That's just what the level's called. I feel like they meant to call it something like Prison Ravine or something. Because of the fact that most of this level is just the saucer. The gimmick's pretty clear, and it's a ravine made out of acid. That is from the time Robotnik blew up the island in Sonic Adventure 2. Charmy is not playable in the two-player assist method. So he doesn't really do anything. He's not that annoying in the Japanese dub, which is one of the reasons why I play the PS2 version, is because I would not be able to suffer most of Prison Island Zone with the English dub. And that's not really a fault of anything, it's just bad voice direction. The voice direction for Shadow the Hedgehog's Japanese dub is just plain better in every respect. But the only two versions that allow it are the PS2 version and the Xbox version, and of those two, it's PS2 or bust. Because the way to toggle the dub in the Xbox version is a lot more complicated. Yeah.
It's probably because they didn't get the right voice actor.
Which is more just an issue of it's just an issue of voice acting, studio, and stuff. Yeah, I can't even do a Charmy impression because my voice is just a little too deep for it. So it would just destroy my throat. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm supposed to press the circle button to grind on this rail. There we go. Okay, now I know the limitation for these sections. Wait, did I just get... Oh, yeah. I forgot. They don't discern from friend and foe. There we go. And get the disc. I've been trying to audition for stuff. There's not a whole lot on Casting Call Club, and I don't know many other voice acting websites. I think I was recommended a business website or something at one point by different people. Would have been cool if I actually remembered the other website where auditions can happen. What? Imagine if the speed proxy I got actually mattered from the saucer falling on me. Because I know that different items can also cause speed proxies. It just never comes up in Shadow. Because you're not supposed to use animation proxies and stuff to go fast in levels. It's not like Sly 1, where, okay, those proxies are pretty much the only way the game becomes speedrunnable. I was watching Yo-Man talk about the Sly 1 TAS, I think. It's either Sly 1 TAS or Sly 1 World Record. And it's just Sly Cooper 1 that they played. I would play the cutscene, but yeah, no. I want to crank out at least 4 library sequences this week. I meant to do these earlier in the morning, but I was so tired. Not even for good reasons. Just work takes a lot of energy out of me. Oh yeah, Sly 2 is a thing. And Sly 3, I guess. I remember there was this Let's Player duo known as Heroes Tryhard, and they had the most watchable Sly 2 Let's Play ever for a while. But I don't know if they're active on the internet anymore. They haven't been active for me since 2021. I only remember seeing one of their streams. I am not looking forward to SBO reprimanding me for doing Egg Breaker as intended. Because he's just gonna yell at me for blowing up the badniks, even though that's kind of half the point of, yeah, that's more or less half the point of doing, Egg Breaker. Alright, now we gotta breeze through to the normal mission. We only have to do it 4 more times, and then I can just do Mad Matrix Zone Dark. I need to remember the map that gives me the most optimal way to do Mad Matrix Zone Dark. Wait, where am I going? That is the wrong way, sir. Well, so you've done Mad Matrix Zone. You've done Prison Island Zone. I think we mentioned... I remember you mentioning what, zones you did. I think you did something like Westopolis Zone, Hero, Lethal Highway Zone, Dark, Prison Island Zone, Hero, Mad Matrix Zone, Normal? Or was it Mad Matrix Zone, Dark? I forget. I know it was one of the ones that ended with or started with Lethal Highway Zone. A retro game store without Shadow the Hedgehog? I mean, how retro is it, though? Because if they don't have PS2 games, that's... Or I guess, GameCube era? I mean, most people are probably going to gun for the GameCube version anyway. So you fought Robotnik. How many times, though? Oh, did you do something... Oh, you must have done Iron Jungle Zone and then Lava Shelter Zone, then? Because if you fought Robotnik, I mean, that makes sense if you fought Robotnik as one of your first, library sequences. My first library sequence was Westopolis Zone, Normal, Glyphic Canyon Zone Normal, Prison Island Zone Normal, Sky Troop Zone Hero, Space Gadget Zone Hero, and Final Haunt Zone Hero. I wasn't particularly good back then, though. This was 2005. Ah, so it's been a very long time then, huh? Yeah. The other thing I thought about doing was Spyro the Dragon 120%. But I'd rather wait until Lumi Laura's done streaming, so it's not like I'm hot on her tail trying to get a high time in it, because I'm not even particularly good at that even. That and there's this whole thing where people are so willing to footstool each other in Spyro 12 Egg that while Laura's doing a run, Wally will swoop in and try to take world record, and then it becomes a giant tug of war that turns into a game of Monopoly with less steps. I think I mentioned that too. And that's just miscellaneous Spyro 1 categories. $427.45. I mean, I could see that happening, especially if it depends on what level order you did. If you let the dragons talk. Yep. We know exactly what they say. Hi, uppity prince. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while either. The more the merrier, yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you had Spyro 2 and 3 as a kid but didn't have 1, the drop down and mid-flight thing's gonna be a real doozy. And there's a lot of new faces. Or at least old familiar ones. Dr. Eggy, Uppity Prince. I wonder who else will be around. It's good to know people are still around. I'd wondered for the past couple months because I've been Black Label Country Speedway egg glitch? Oh no. I knew that the old school the pre-greatest hits version, I guess they call it version 1.0 or something, had some glitches in it that made it tough to 117. And then the greatest hits version was kind of like a patch that helped with the music but it did arrange some invisible walls. So Bentley Skip without Zombie was a lot harder than it needed to be. There's some other things about on-release Spyro 3 that is iffy. Yeah, 117's a category I want to pursue as well, but I'm still laughably bad at Spyro 3. I would need to set aside a minimum of 3 hours. Because I'm pretty sure world record gets it in sub 3, but I'm not good at speedrunning. I'm not good at speedrunning. And then I'd also have to factor in stuff like Bluto, Scorch's Pit, Spike's Arena. The Yeti boxings are also RNG, but to a much lesser degree. So the past couple times I've tried to do Spyro 3 the developer intended way, it took me around 8 to 11 hours, and that's a range. Because different stuff can happen. Oh yeah, the King Rover thing. It's only hard if you don't know how to do Agent 9 Zigzag and make him do some of the eggs in what would be the fastest in the game if people were able to pay for Agent 9 and Gem Route properly. Which I still don't know how to do myself, but it's one of those things where some of the best eggs in the game require you to do slow stuff to even get to them. Which is why people don't do Mushroom Speedway Hunter Egg in Spyro in 100 Egg, even though I would have thought to do that, because Mushroom Speedway Hunter fucks himself is easily an 8-second egg. Give or take. And this is something I only found out through watching the Nitrovsky TAS of 117. It's... to make that jump consistent, you would have to know when to stop the zigzag. That's it. It's just know when to, know how much speed you're going with Agent 9, that sort of thing. I have a sneaking feeling it's deceptively easy. There we go. The toughest Agent 9 zigzag to me is the one to get Sergio the fastest. Because it's a loose egg that nobody goes for in 100 Egg. Because most of the time it requires you to do Bailey Gang first. And people are averse to it. Rationally so, but I find Bailey Gang more consistent than Bluto or the Yeti Boxings. So I at least have those. Or at least I have it as something I'd rather do. That, and I was actually recommended to do Bailey Gang by Charity Royale at one point. So it's one of those things that I just... oh hey, I followed the framework, and then, okay, it works. For me. The time differences between a lot of the eggs people go for and don't go for is minuscule. Or, in the case of Sleepyhead versus Tanks 2, the difference is literally 0 seconds. There's a lot of interchangeable eggs in routes. Seashell Shore Swimming Tunnel is the most bollocks egg. Because the hit detection on the Rhinox that you're supposed to hit while in swimming at Mach speed is so unnervingly close or unnervingly precise that you would have to have pinpoint accuracy, or you'd have to reset on the swimming tunnel a bunch of times. It's one of the first eggs I started replacing so I could stop resetting in Spyro 300 egg, or at least try not to. Yeah, so I'm just killing time here until I have to fail the hero mission before I can even consider the normal mission. I've actually tried labbing this level in particular to see what the time freedom is before its normal mission. And, yeah, one of the early levels. The next worst one is either... Yeah, that's Sunrise Spring. Seashell Shore. Yeah, Seashell Shore. A lot of... or basically all of its minigames are kind of... bleh. Sandcastles, even if it didn't crash on me multiple times in a row, is still one of the slowest eggs in the game. It's just one that people like to do for convenience. The next most unforgiving eggs are Sun Seeds, because in order to do Sun Seeds optimally, you have to have good flame charge inputs. And if you're even off by a nanosecond, you just bump into the Sun Seeds, and then you have to start one of them all over. But luckily, you don't have to start the whole Sun Seeds minigame over off those guys. So it's a little more forgiving than Seashell Tunnel. And then Lizard Skate 2 is just you're on a timer and you cannot wipe out on the board. But luckily, nobody goes for Lizard Skate in 100 Egg, because the Lizard Skate eggs are not fast. In fact, there's some... yeah, they're just not very fast. And those are all Hub 1 eggs, or I guess Sunrise Spring. So the Lizard Skate eggs... Sun Seeds and Seashell Swimming Tunnel are ones that I don't like doing, but I begrudgingly do them in 149 egg because you have to do every egg outside of the super bonus round for 149 egg. And at least most of the eggs are actually pretty good after that, after the first hub. I think the only other annoying eggs are in Hub 2, Spooky Swamp, Sheila section, the 2 escorts. And that's only if you don't have their, if you don't have the map memorized. But if you have the map memorized and know what to do with Sheila, while the eggs are still slow as molasses, you can at least get them done quickly. Oh, the Bailey... Wait, he died to the Bailey gang multiple times? I mean, I know I've done that before when I started playing the game casually. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Potty dying to Scorch and Bailey gang multiple times. Was he doing... What category was he doing? Was it 100 egg? Or was it 117? I mean... I'm one of the only people that considers 149 egg an actual category. I know, because one of the other people in a different stream... oh, Spike's Arena. Well, that's just as understandable, because that's also RNG. It's just... No, you're... Yeah, Spike. Spike's Arena is the one with the plasma gun. I just bounce off the cliff. Luckily not to my death, but that would have been sad. And I know Canadian Guy A and other people think there'll be a Spyro 4 after Reignited, but Reignited is not good. Holy smokes. I wish Reignited could be considered a good game. It's not. At least Reignited 1 is somewhat playable, but barely. Because the physics on it are just yikes. I'd rank Reignited slightly above Spyro Orange and slightly above Enter the Dragonfly, but just barely. I mean, so Fisher and other people would give me hell for this, but I would rank all the Spyro games as thus. The ones I played are, I would rank Spyro 1, then I would rank Legend of Spyro A New Beginning. Then I would... Yeah, Justice for Bombo. Kind of, yeah. Then it would... So... Then the Legend of Spyro trilogy, but they're PS2 versions. I have not played their Game Boy versions. And I'm told that one of the Game Boy versions for... I think it was the second one was really bad. So I'd be ranking the GBA games pretty low on the Legend side. So all three of those, Legend of Spyro 1, Legend of Spyro 3, Legend of Spyro 2. Then it would be A Hero's Tale. Then 3. And then, after 3, it would be 2. And then it would be Reignited versions. I would rank them 1, 3, 2. And then, or Reignited 1. Then Enter the Dragonfly. Then Reignited 3 and Reignited 2. And then it would be Spyro Orange. That probably took me way too long to remember all of them, though. I need to make a memo of this when I go to play the classic GBA Spyro games. Not the Legend ones, although those will be gotten too. Because I haven't played Shadow Legacy, but people say Shadow Legacy is really bad. It could just be people with their nostalgia goggles on, which is sad, but I haven't played Shadow Legacy. I only played a little bit of Hero's Tale, but I do like it way more than Year of the Dragon or Ripto's Rage. But I still have to finish that game. What I like about A Hero's Tale is the fact that there are no loading screens, so it's aged a lot better than 3 or 2, and... well, not no loading screens, but they minimize it by how they design the levels, which is actually pretty dope. And there's no live system, which means you can kind of go through and grind out as much as you need to figure out what you need to do for each minigame. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop down here, and there we go. Yoinky sploinky. I will say that A Hero's Tale has lackluster voice acting, but that's more or less just because they tried to do a soft reboot of the series after ETD's failure. So already the Spyro series has been trying to trying to compensate for the failure of Enter the Dragonfly, and I think yeah, it's just sad. Yeah, do what Vector says, Vector is based. Yeah. I need to for this particular library sequence, but I have to do Cosmic Fall Zone Dark, the next one. Or the literal next library sequence will be me doing Cosmic Fall Zone Dark. And Vector only shows up in the Chaotix levels, which are... Yeah, he's a cool bloke. Yeah, Vector needs to feature in more Sonic games, even if it's just as one of those tag-along NPCs. Unfortunately, a lot of Sega's fanbase would throw a tantrum over non-classic characters. And, well, Vector technically is classic because of Knuckles' Chaotix, but people would still throw a tantrum for whatever reason. It's just... It's sad because I want the series to... I want the Sonic series to still be decent, but... I have to be cautiously optimistic because the way people react to Sonic Forces, among other games in the series, is just lackluster and causes me a whole lot of headache. Just trying to... I'm just trying to reconcile some of the isms with the series in general. Alright, now I can cheese kill him. Classic purists, Eggy. Classic purists. Or people who don't understand the finding the computer room meme. They're out there. It's sad to remember that they're out there. And the thing is, one of the reasons I noped out of Twitter was because of those guys. Let's see, how much time did that take? Oh, yeah, it's about a 50-ish library sequence. Huh. Color me surprised. Pleasantly.
Hedgehog 過ちによって生まれてしまった危険分子。この奇跡の石と同様、この世にあってはならない存在。それが僕の答え。おい、早まんじゃねえ。奴らの言うことなんて気にすんな。お前さま。
Let's see. That's one library sequence, so 145 total. 145 total library sequences. My highest ever amount was 148. Yeah, I'm getting close to that. Or beating my old record of library sequences completed. I could probably do a few more. We'll let the credits play though. the credits have played. Yeah, probably gonna do another one, but I'm gonna try to click end recording and then start a new one. Alright, so compensation for a miracle. And, oh, wow. That was our 19th page. Nice. Okay. Well, that works out. Alright, so 3, 2, 1.